Now, what's up, guys? I want to talk about narcissism real quick and the not so divine compliment to my video before that, as the compliment to that kind of energy we were dealing with, and now we are resolving, and there are much more layers to all of that, because the reason this energy had such an influence over this world is because in the evolutionary path of this universe, and you might even say much more universes, of this learning progress and wave of evolution and of creation and realizing our goddamn true selves, right? Not so goddamn, but the god true selves, right? True ones and within ourselves. So, and I only want to bring forth the highest truth, obviously, the best way I can. So, it is this kind of energy, to get straight to the point, because I'm very connected to the mental as well, but I can also count as a Virgo moon. Nonetheless, to get practical here, this energy, its way of thinking is more direct, right? But so it wants to get straight at it, a straight deal with, you might even say, the devil itself. But the problem is, if you get on that level and then are pushing it out, you gotta beware that you not become that. And it's a trickery, a tricky energy, because there's so many levels you can deal with it, and the more this get pushed out by the collective, the more it's up front in our face and we have to deal with it. And that's why there this heavy narcissism could exist in the past. Now not so much anymore, because things get lighter, we heal a lot on a collective scale, and then these perfect ways, structures of thinking, and people who then thought or were somehow landed in that position to express that, they become very narcissistic about it, because from their perspective, all they see, or they misunderstand that from one perspective, because from one perspective, unfortunately they still are, because the collective head became so low that the only way they could look at themselves is when they got such a mirror, which had to reflect that, and they became very narcissistic about it, because from their perspective, they're doing everything right. But it's because this whole vortex wasn't really rooted in truth in the first place. As you can see, now we're getting more back to nature and grounding in truth, because creation is also perfect, as the divine reflection to the creator. But then what are you creating with you, if we gotten so low, and then we'll have these leftovers of dark spots then when certain energies wants to play out. So this then the antidote to the other energy, and that's how this whole narcissism thing has started in the first place. Suddenly a motherfucker wants to own that he's the divine beauty of creation, or the divine that he's perfect, because all of a sudden he becomes conscious. Now he can see, but and think he can overcome his unconscious through cling to that image, but the image is just the expression, so it's only the epitome. It's the tail. That's what these motherfuckers then end up. That's the funny thing also with the alpha movement, because now that's a different offspring, so to speak. It's not the exact same, like only because you're following this alpha trait now you're a psychopath, or now many men think they have to. But we gotta go deeper on it. We have to understand what's the true divine masculine, true divine feminine, and all these different energies we're dealing with, which were offsprings of misunderstanding or splits. Not everyone, and not everything, but it's how do I explain this in human language? Like it's so you know, light is information. That's the whole thing we got here in the first place. Like you make yourself heavy if you try to track knowledge from one place to the other and try to only claim it for yourself, because now you created this baggage and cut off and separation in such a heavy manner, right? Another video or not, nevertheless, this is the whole second part to it, because these are the two main energies we are dealing with, and then some people thought, or they thought no other way than energize on that, leech on that, and become leeches for the collective even more. But we don't know what energies they were dealing with. Maybe they were dealing with even darker outputs, and in their mind it was the best possible. Or simply in their mind they overcome it because they only saw the image, but it wasn't really rooted in truth, because it wasn't rooted in true self. That's why a tail, that's why the narcissism. That's the same with on a larger scale. The male wanted, you can say, wanted to look that he's grounded and firm and in a linear way to be aligned with the yearning so deeply for being aligned with the creator, the the firm, the truth, the way showing. But like I said, if you're swimming in a vortex which isn't founded in truth, if you don't really look at what's going on and have the true understanding behind it all, like the all mind, the one true God source, how the creator, however you want to call it, then it can become destructive, because you shouldn't become a downward focused source, right? But you want to be grounded, so you can make that path, that linear path, right? And show the way from where we are, because you can that if you're swimming in the collective, right? If you're just passing by. But if you become that destructive force, now you become even more a leech to the collective, and then then you achieve that which you didn't want to achieve, right? So it's a much bigger manner. I really try to explain it the best I can. This is just the counterpart to the other energy. Now obviously we're balancing that out on a collective scale, so you're firm and strong where you should be, and connected through the heart, the core of creation, divinely, and want perfectly. That's because heart is about connection, right? Also relationship, but from a higher standpoint, right? Of course, if you separate things, then you take them out of your divine place, of the divine place of the how it's perfectly in essence. That's the whole thing. Like you could take anything out of context, and now you got it out of context, separation. And now you already see it, aka perceive the timeline which you wanted to deny. That's why it's there are two perspectives. What is bypassing and what is staying firmly rooted in your truth. But then you gotta find your truth at first, right? Same with visions, image, keeping in mind what you want to create here. There are many ways on the spectrum as there are to go about it, and then there are many spots we try to align within the field. And yeah, there are many things you gotta keep in mind, because we're actually studying our own game and or looking to master it, right? So I hope this could help in some capacity. It's much deeper than that. I also had like 3-4 topics in mind, but I try to put them out. Yeah, hope this helped you in some way. Peace.